Now, look, just like humans, pets can develop allergies in the fall. Fall allergies in pets are often related to environmental allergens. Our Jamie Hudson sits down with veterinarian Rhonda Johnson from The Vets to get the details on what to look for and how to treat those allergies in our pets.
All right, this is great. Some valuable information is coming your way now. As Dr. Johnson from The Vets is joining us, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time and you having me on so we can help these pet parents.
Yes. So with fall allergy season upon us, Dr. Johnson, how do pet owners know if their pets do have these seasonal allergies?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. So, if their pets become really itchy right about the time that certain things are starting to bloom, or maybe that the seasons are changing, um, it could be that that's what's going on. Foot licking, itchy skin, that type of stuff. It's always super important to rule out other things first. You really need to make sure you're doing excellent external parasite control. So make sure that your pet hasn't picked up any fleas or ticks or any other little friends out there. And checking really close. It can be very hard to find some of these external parasites. And then the second thing you want to check for is to make sure that your dog or cat hasn't accidentally gotten an infection of some sort, because those things can cause some itching also.
Right. So itching, what are some other symptoms that our pets might have that are allergies and we may not even know it?
Yeah, so we think of allergies in ourselves that maybe our eyes water or we're going to sneeze. In pets, it's if we're talking about seasonal allergies and not food allergies, then really the primary thing they're going to do is they're going to show their allergies in their skin. So they may have irritation on the outside of their ears or even an infection in their ears. They may rub their face. Most of the time they are licking or chewing at their feet. They'll flip those feet over and really go to town on them. Some dogs can get irritated on their bellies and scoot or pull themselves on carpet or other abrasive surfaces. And some like to do the under the tail scoot. So, different animals are going to present differently, but mainly it presents with irritated skin.
And in the fall, what are often the things that are related to these allergies for our pets?
Right. So what is causing allergies in pets is going to differ from area to area in the country, right? But in your area, when things start to bloom. So in the fall, we think of certain things starting to bloom, certain grasses, maybe certain molds start to grow, increases in pollen. Those are all things that can get through the skin barrier on certain pets that are genetically predisposed to this. And that's important to remember, is that a true seasonal allergy is a genetic predisposition. And we actually call that atopy. Atopy is the genetic predisposition to be allergic to things in your environment. And those pollens and allergens, dust mites, all that kind of stuff, they actually get in through the skin's barrier and cause this itching.
Well, what treatments are out there for our pets?
Another great question, because so many great things are out there. The most important thing, going back once again, is even if your pet does have allergies, you always want to make sure that they don't have any fleas or ticks. They don't have any other parasites like mites or anything like that. You also want to make sure they don't have an infection with either bacteria or yeast. Because even if it is an allergy that caused it in the beginning, any of those things being present is going to make it a lot worse. So do that first. And your veterinarian can definitely help you with some really good flea and tick medications, some medicated shampoos or medicines for that. But if it's just itchy skin, you've gotten rid of everything else, then doing a lot of bathing, wiping daily, and if it's a mild allergy, then sometimes antihistamines can help. We don't find that antihistamines help in severe allergic reactions or atopy, severe atopy, but they can help in more mild cases. what we've really gone to now is some drugs called interleukin inhibitors. One of them is called Apoquel, and the other one is called Cytopoint. And these they have revolutionized veterinary medicine and how we can treat these allergies.
Well, Dr. Johnson, thank you so much. Where can we go for more information?
So I love to send people to veterinarypartner.com. Veterinarypartner.com is a wonderful, wonderful resource for a lot of different things about their cats, for their cats and their dogs. And then if you're looking into allergies, you can either search allergies or you can search that word that I spoke about earlier, which is atopy, ATOPY.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time today.